Welcome everyone, and thanks for tuning in. Today we're joined by Marcus from NERO Chain. In this conversation, we're going to talk less about hype and more about judgment, how account abstraction actually behaves in real world, what builders struggle with, and why NERO made some very opinionated architectural choices early on. So, Marcus, thanks for being here. Could you briefly introduce your role at NERO Chain and which products or models you mainly work on?
Yeah, for sure. First, I'm Marcus. I'm head of developer relations at NERO Chain. And sometimes I also work as a core engineer when teams are integrating and chipping on top of our infrastructure. Practically, that means I spend a lot of time around native account abstraction and the surrounding builder surface area. So that means the AA platform where we have teams and API keys and policies out there, the whole Paymaster infrastructure, tokens, gas, all these technologies around the account abstraction. So, and also the SDK partners that builders use to assemble and send user operations. So all of this intersection between builders and the technology is one of my responsibilities at NERO. So thank you.
That's helpful. It sounds like you're not just talking about builders, but actually sitting with them while things breaks. So let's keep that angle as we go deeper.
Yeah.
So in this episode, we'll be focusing more on your observations and judgment as an internal NERO engineer rather than your personal development experience. How would you define your perspective in this conversation?
Yeah, that's a great question. I frame my perspective as I sit in the intersection of the product constraints and the real builder behavior. So I'm not here to argue that it's great because we built it. I'm just here to share why the system is shaped this way, what tends to break in the real world, and what partners consistently reduce onboarding friction for teams, for solo builders and users themselves. So that would be my approaches here.
Got it. I really like that framing. Let's start from one of the biggest foundational choices NERO made. Why did NERO choose native account abstraction?
NERO chooses native account abstraction as a part of the infrastructure, has not to be a bolt-on UX feature, but has a part of the core of the infrastructure. So that's one of the points that we see because native account abstraction makes it easier for the final user of their applications to interact with the applications that builders create themselves. So making this part of the native architecture of the infrastructure also makes it easier for builders to create those compelling UX applications. So that's one of the reasons that we see has a vision on NERO Chain.
Gotcha. That OS layer analogy makes it very clear, I think. So going one layer deeper, in your view, what deeper problem does account abstraction solve beyond just improving UX?
Beyond UX, AA is really about flexibility of who can authorize what and how execution gets paid for. The traditional AOA plus native gas model is kind of rigid. It forces a single key paradigm to enforces every user to care about the native token just to do anything, no matter how simple the action is in application. So NERO calls that inflexibility in users' operations and mechanisms has been holding back the broader decentralized economy. So AA is basically part of solving that at the protocol product boundary level.
Oh, so it's not cosmetic, it's like structural. So with that in mind, compared to the traditional EOA, plus gas model, what kinds of applications does AA actually unlock?
AA makes it viable to build consumer-grade products where users can start using the app immediately without first learning wallets, gas, or native tokens at all. Concretely, because how the user operations can be bundled and fees can be handled by the Paymaster token-based gas, you can unlock things like onboarding flows, trials, or gaming microtransactions, social apps, and there goes on. It's a lot of products can be created with this base that any product where the first 5 minutes of conversion matters more than crypto literacy.
So that first 5 minutes idea keeps coming up, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Let's talk about how builders actually implement this on NERO. So, from the perspective of a builder new to NERO, how would you describe the core value of the AA platform?
The AA platform is essentially the control plane of your AA monetization plus the onboarding strategy. We know that the 5 minutes of onboarding is important, so it's where a team creates the keys, configures which tokens they can be used as gas. This defines discount, fee, free usage rules, manage balances, and also optionally use callbacks and webhooks to enforce a sponsorship policy. So instead of AA is a research project, it's more like it becomes a configurable product surface.
So it's less theory.
Yes.
Yeah. More knobs and switches.
Yeah. Exactly.
For builders, what's the most important value of the Paymaster beyond frictionless transactions?
I really believe that for builders, it's the ability of having policy by pricing control over execution. So frictionless is just one mode. The bigger unlock is that the builder can make transactions feels like a normal product interaction. So the ability of let the users pay gas in any ERC20 token with pre-fund or post-fund trade-offs is also a great deal and a great important value for the Paymaster platform. So this control and policy pricing is, for me, is the most important value.
So that already sounds more like product design than blockchain plumbing.
Yes, exactly.
From what you've seen, which Paymaster use cases most effectively lower the entry barrier?
I think the most consistently effective one is like first actions for free. The user just have to experiment what your application wants to provide to them is insanely use case application for the Paymaster. But of course, trials and campaigns, games, social medias where users can do lots of small interactions frequently and don't want to manage the gas at all. So that's another killer use case for this. Also, I think pay gas in token you already have, especially the stablecoins or app tokens. So the user never has to acquire NERO to just get started on any application on top of NERO at all, unless the builder says so. So that's one of the powerful use cases.
Those patterns feel very familiar from Web 2. Okay, let's zoom out to UX more broadly. From a system design standpoint, where does NERO create the biggest UX difference compared to other chains?
It's the combination of the native primitives like user operation flows, bundlers, and entry points, and combining with the paymaster system. This system can sponsor or route the gas payment, so making fees something that apps can design intentionally instead of something that users must understand has a base knowledge to use the app.
That makes fees part of the experience, not a blocker.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. So in a very concrete sense, If a user holds 0 NERO tokens, what can they still do on chain?
If the decentralized application enables sponsored gas, the user can still perform on-chain actions normally. Alternatively, if the project enables pay with token, the user can transact by paying the gas in that approved ERC20 token. The wallet UX even reflects that sponsored gas was pay with token paths.
That's a big shift.
Yes.
Yeah. For users coming from Web 2, which AA-driven changes are easiest for them to understand into it?
Login style onboarding. So this seeing gas has a zero when sponsorship is enabled. That's saying for the user you don't have to pay gas because the application is covering something on your end. So that's more or less what they feel while clicking on an on-chain action and not being prompted at all to pay for that transaction.
Like those moments usually just a click. So now let's switch back to builders. In one sentence, how does NERO move onboarding friction earlier or out of sight?
NERO lets builders design the onboarding the way they wish. So it has a product flow by abstracting accounts and gas into a configurable infrastructure. So when builders do that, users can start using the application before they ever think about the native token at all.
That pretty much sums it up. From your experience, what onboarding causes do builders underestimate, and which does AA absorb?
Builders often underestimate the operational cost of running or integrating user operation infrastructure, handling fees, payment logic, or supporting multiple fees tokens and managing the policy surface safely. But in NERO's AA framework, it formalizes core components, all these components like user mempool, bundler, and entry point, and provides the paymaster flows, so plus the API, so teams don't have to reinvent the whole pipeline. It's all there. They just have to go to the platform, log in, create their account. That's most it for having all the necessary to be integrated in their applications.
That's usually learned the hard way.
Yes.
Looking ahead, do builders still need to design around users owning the native token?
For many consumer applications, less and less, in my opinion. I think if your goal is to maintain mainstream onboarding, you will often design assuming that users don't hold the native token and instead rely on sponsorship or token gas options. So native tokens still matter. Of course they do. For deeper ecosystem participation, but they don't have to be a prerequisite for first value.
That's a big mental shift. Of course, it's not all upside. What's the biggest challenge of native AA?
The biggest challenge, I guess, is that AA creates a larger policy security surface than EOAs, of course. Basically, you are introducing new flows for builders, and it's a totally different way to do the normal transaction flow, and the system must be resilient against abuse, DOS partners, while keep this UX smooth for the user.
I see. Like more flexible, like a more responsibility. Yeah. Where did you trade flexibility for security?
A clear example of this is ERC20 gas payment modes for the paymaster. Postpaid ERC20 is flexible. That can avoid a prior approve if you bind authorization into call data, but it can fail to deduct if call data moves away, the tokens away. So you're trading the user convenience for stronger guarantees. That's why the system exposed multiple modes like prepaid or frictionless modes and leaves a choice to the developers based on the risk tolerance. If the applications are less risky and less sensible for this, they have options to cover and make the trade-offs between flexibility and security.
That honesty really shows.
Yes.
For builders listening, what should they think through before enabling AA or Paymaster features?
Yeah, I'd recommend the builders sanity check in a way, like abuse the boundaries, like free gas limits, per address caps, time windows, and this is totally possible to stress these boundaries with the tools we provide. Payment mode choice, of course, free versus prepaid versus post-pay, and how you handle the failure states for all of those states. Policy enforcement is also a very great point of sanity checking on the builder side, whether you need callbacks and webhooks to decide sponsorships, or maybe some price assumptions as well, like NERO conversion and how sensitive your UX is to price movement. So if you are setting a specific token has the price to be paid for the users, you have to think a little bit on how you make the conversion to the NERO on the platform. So you have to think a little bit on how the margin between the token you choose and the NERO conversion will work at the end of the day. So yeah, that are a few points that the builders have to keep in mind, but it's more part of the strategy of using a paymaster technology uh, than a logic of that application specifically for the builders. So yes.
So that's more like a product thinking, not just engineering.
Yes. And that's how the market is going on nowadays. Like,
Yeah.
it's way more about product thinking than just development, just engineering. You have to think how this product will perform on the market itself. So a lot needs to be thought in those terms.
I see. So let's end up by looking forward. Which future direction excites you most?
For me, personally, I do feel the economic alignment for builders is something that we direly need for a lot of times. This part of controlling what is being expended, what is the gas token is being used, out of this in the control of the builder instead of the control of the platform, is what builders needed for a long time. So fee sharing mechanisms that rewards applications based on the value they generate is also a very good concept that is on the core of our principles it has for NERO. But also, I like the idea of having a more expressive app-defined execution experience where AA, Paymaster policies becomes a standard design space for consumer app, not a niche feature at all.
If everything goes right, what kinds of apps do you hope to see built on NERO?
Yeah, it's also a little bit on my personal preference, but of course, a lot can be done combining NERO and all of those features we provide. But I hope that Web2 applications that feel like real products that have the potential to onboard people that are not necessarily inside the Web3 world at all. So products that have instant onboarding, invisible fee handling, app native business models, and sustainable incentives for developers, of course, where the user doesn't need to be a crypto user to get value at all. So, and of course, builders are not forced into a fragile growth loops to survive with their application. So this kind of applications that has the potential to go the outside of, or let's say that's not necessarily a Web3 application. That was the kinds of applications I really hope the builders try to experiment with NERO, because with this, all of these components of NERO placed the way they are right now, it's already enough to create these experiences and applications that have the potential to tackle into these new audiences and resulting in onboarding more people to Web3. Even they don't know what Web3 is.
I really like that framing. Like, not more crypto native products, but better products. Full stop.
And that's what about NERO. So I'm really excited about what is next for NERO. So I hope that people stay tuned in what we are doing here.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Marcus, thanks for walking us through how NERO thinks about account abstraction at the system level. This was a great look at what actually matters when theory meets real users. And thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And thanks everyone for listening. We'll see you in the next episode. Yeah.
Bye
Bye.